Hey everybody, welcome back. These are some entitled in-laws ruining their lives in 10 seconds or less.
Taking pictures of my
without asking me.
He loved his ex.
One thing I cannot stand are toxic mother-in-laws, because toxic mother-in-laws will literally disrespect their daughter-in-laws, but yet still expect their daughter-in-law to show up for Christmas and Thanksgiving as if nothing happened.
No, but why are they all like this? You know what? They want you to show up as if nothing happened so that they can continue to berate you.
What do you mean you don't want to come out with us every time we ask?
I'm sorry, would you want to go out with you? Would you want to spend Christmas with you?
When I was in a toxic relationship, my ex's mother was so mean to me. She would cut me out of family photos. She would literally still talk to the ex, invite the ex to family gatherings, criticize me, belittle me, and do all these little things towards me, and still expected me to show up to Christmas and Thanksgiving with a smile on my face as if nothing happened. At the end of the day, me and my ex stopped going. And the reason we stopped going, not because we were being bitter, we were being spiteful, we were trying to be hurtful or something like that. At the end of the day, we stopped going because we felt uncomfortable.
Period.
I felt uncomfortable, and I didn't want to be in an environment that made me feel uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, the holiday seasons are supposed to be happy memories, not painful memories. So when we stopped going, of course, his mother would blame me, because of course she can't blame the son. That's her pride and joy. She blames me. And it's always easier to blame somebody outside of the bloodline than inside of the bloodline. But I have to tell you something, toxic mother-in-laws. Stop blaming your daughter-in-law for not wanting to show up to the holidays. You know who you should be blaming? You should be blaming yourself for disrespecting your daughter-in-law so much.
I mean, she's got a point. But that's difficult because that would involve her actually taking responsibility for how she treats people. Yep, we broke the cycle of accepting that's just how she is. And finally did something about it, and we hardly go around that part. When you have a mother that's difficult, you find it very difficult to not only express that you're unhappy with certain behaviors, but maybe in the past when you have expressed it, it has not been welcomed. You have not been apologized to. I've been in a situation before where a mother-in-law did something straight up wrong and inconsiderate. When that mother-in-law is called out, there's no apology. There's some stonewalling going on. Oh, do I ever hate stonewalling? It's the worst. They do it on purpose though. They stonewall because, then you panic. It's a manipulation tactic, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna cut you off so that you can't speak to me. And then you're gonna feel bad and feel like you need to make up for the fact that, whatever, your justified anger. And then I'm never gonna have to apologize for what I do. It's situations like that where you don't necessarily feel safe, nor do you feel like expressing your dislike of certain behaviors. It'll fall on deaf ears. There's literally no point. However, when there's someone new coming in, we can recognize these things going on. And it's not like we are indebted to these people because, they didn't raise us. You might feel,
Oh, well, she's my mom.
Okay, well, she's not my mom. She's not my mom. So yeah, they don't really like being challenged, do they? This is my monster-in-law to a T, dropping me out of photos. Okay, I can understand wanting to cut people out of photos if you're no longer with those people, right? If you guys break up, I feel like it's petty, but it's also I can understand wanting to cut someone out of a photo. But while you're still with that person, you are the problem. My wedding location because of this. Nope, respect me on my wedding day or don't come. She hated me for 25 years, bro.
Their little fingers. They just want their little fingers on everything.
No touchy.
This is a no touching thing.
Note to self, if you marry an orphan. Probably would be easier in some ways.
Why are they all like that? Stop it!
Just for the record, I love my mother-in-law. I love her. She's fabulous. Well, I guess she's not really my mother-in-law yet. Future mother-in-law? Come on, we're common law already. She's basically my mother-in-law. And I'm pretty sure I've shared this info before, but also her name is Karen. Her name is Karen!
Why don't you shut your mouth?
Karen's a nice Karen, okay? I swear I willed this into existence unintentionally. I also have my cherry earrings on again. Y'all were going for these earrings. They're literally from Amazon. I know I shouldn't be advertising Amazon, but it's also this thing where I have to not gatekeep things. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm a girl's girl. If you ask me where something's from, I'm gonna tell you, unless it's
Charlotte, what lipstick are you wearing?
and I filmed the video literally a month ago and I don't remember. I'm sorry, I have a million lipsticks. But these, I know where these are from, and they're just from Amazon Canada. You just search cherry earrings, and I'm sure you could find them. Or Etsy. Etsy has really great stuff.
Another reason why, like, just little things happened that why I really didn't like your mom back then. I was giving birth to Penelope, and I let his mom be in the room to watch me give birth, which that was also a huge issue. I was like, I don't want your mom in the room. Like, I only want you and
she didn't get along with my mom at that time.
I was like, I only want you and my mom in the room. Like, you're my husband and my mom, like, for emotional support. And he's like, I want my mom in the room. I'm like, no, it's not about you. It's my mom. Like, I want her in the room. I was like, no, like, it's not about you. And
okay, so I understand people wanting their moms in the room. Like, I understand the father wanting their moms in the room. If I was in a very vulnerable position, both metaphorically and literally, you know, just woo! Woo! I don't know if I want someone I don't trust in the room. Like, I'm just saying, I don't want my hoo-ha out with a grenade coming out. A bazooka, having to push a bazooka out of my, oh God, so many things can go wrong. Like, it can literally, like, I don't know. I would just be so angry. The stress, like, you're under enough stress already. I want to feel completely safe. Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of up to the mother in that situation. And if you don't like it, she's probably just gonna scream at you and squeeze and just stop the birth from happening until you listen to her. Just squeeze it closed. Doesn't work like that, but anyways.
like, he didn't really understand, like, when you give birth, it's about the wife. Like, it's about the mom. She's the one giving birth. She's the one going through things physically, mentally. Like,
whatever she's comfortable with is the most important
what
thing.
you have support in. That wasn't the case. At the moment, like, my water breaks. I go to the hospital, and my first time giving birth, I'm 19 years old. I'm having contractions. I remember having contractions, and I was like, I'm going to do a birth without epidural. So I tried to push it through as long as I could. And at the time, I was just so focused on, like, my contractions that literally we had my mom, your mom, your brother, and your aunt, who I never spoke to in my whole life, in the room, watched my birth.
Because it's Cuban people. They just want to be, like, involved. They think everything's like fine. Nothing's taboo. Everything's fine. I can see.
She would have had my back then, like, all right, Bramty, like, you're about to give birth, everybody out, only what my wife wants. But you didn't have that mentality, and you just had your mom's back 18. Most of the time. So I remember I just wasn't even involved with, like, who was in the room. I remember pushing. And I remember your mom and your aunt taking pictures of my...
No! Absolutely not! This is why. This is why, guys. This is why. This is the worst thing that they could have done, and they did it. Absolutely not.
While I am pushing. Then to later find out that your aunt had sent those pictures to family members.
Be for real right now. Like, you cannot be serious. Are you actually insane? I'm really glad that you guys got over this. It's clear that you're still together, having a little podcast, chatting about things. I would still be mad. Like, I'm sorry. I would not easily forget that. Don't do this. Don't ever do this. Respectfully, I would have left Louis. I don't think I could forgive my husband if he didn't have my back. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, Bramty. Like I said, I'm glad that they found a way to work it out. But yeah, there's some criticism in the comments that's like, why did you stay with this person? My husband sent my birthing video to his family and later found out his sister and mom were making fun of me. No pictures of the hoo-ha, okay? I'm good on that. We've all seen Animal Planet. We've all seen Discovery Channel, okay? It resembles that. We don't need video evidence. I'm good. Wow. I'm really sorry that you had to go through that. That is absolutely mortifying. I feel for you, girl. I feel for you. Glad you guys found a way to work it out, but like, I would be mad.
Story time is backed by popular demand. I to see a friend of mine the weekend, and she was telling me about her friend and her wedding day. Now, her friend had met someone about a year ago. A guy. They'd fallen madly in love with each other. I mean, everything went at light speed. His mum, her mother-in-law, didn't like it. She loved his ex. She wanted them two back together. So she don't like my friend's friend. She gets engaged. Like I said, it all moved at light speed. They met, they were engaged within 3 months. There was many things go on in the lead up to the wedding. The mum, the mother-in-law, just caused absolute mayhem. She didn't want anything to go to plan. She ruined both hen dos, kicked off, started, ruined them. So she said to her soon-to-be husband, I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. Like, this is stressing me out so much. She was crying. She's like, I don't know why she don't like me. I've not done anything to her. He was like, look, let's just get the wedding out of the way. And they were actually planning to move abroad. So he said, once the wedding's done, we'll be moving away. We'll only see her every now and again. You won't have to tolerate her anymore. But it is what it is. So she bit her tongue. It got to the day of the wedding, finishing off, getting ready. She had her makeup done, her hair done. She was just about to get her dress on. Now, her mother-in-law had disappeared. She came back into the room with food for everyone. She'd been somewhere and she'd bought pots of pasta and sandwiches and stuff. She was cutting it all up. So the bride's now got into her dress. The mother, while she's now in her dress, is dishing out food for everyone. She's pretended to trip and thrown pasta all down the bride in her white dress. Now at this point she's had enough. She's thrown the mum out. Luckily enough, the bride's mum absolutely thought of everything possible to bring on that day. Now, the pasta, luckily enough, only at the bottom. And her mum brought some sort of vanish or something because she said that was always been her worst fear. She managed to get this stain out. You could barely see it by the end. The wedding went ahead. She never spoke to her mother-in-law ever again.
Period.
Ever.
I can't tell if it's better to just let it play out. Like, okay, let's say you're having issues with your mother-in-law and nobody seems to believe you. Nobody seems to get why you feel the way you feel. It could be about a mother-in-law, it could be about a friend. Like, you really don't like that person, right? You could try to warn everybody, you can try, and people just won't believe you because, like, you know, maybe they like that friend.
No, well, they didn't do anything to me, so...
That old chestnut, okay? I almost feel it's better to let things play out and for things to reveal themselves so that you are eventually proven right. It'll happen sooner or later. Yes, they might end up doing something like putting pasta on your wedding dress. But at least now, everyone believes you when you say that your mother-in-law is a psycho. My mother-in-law was the best ever. She's always called me the daughter she never had. I loved her. See, this is the thing. This is how it should be. It's a chance for sisterhood, for motherhood. Why you gotta make it difficult on both sides? Why is it gotta be difficult? I'm sure there's some monster daughter-in-laws out there, okay? I'm sure. Just imagine having to spend like your whole life seeing someone that you don't get along with. Like, it's just, ugh. Figure it out if you can, unless there is no figuring it out, in which case, cut him out. Oh, this video. Oh, the lore of this video.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's analyze, okay? Okay, so she runs straight for the son, not for the woman who is having the child. She looks happy, you know, she went in for the other hug. Mother was, you know, like,
what about me?
let them celebrate, let them get the photo, let them celebrate with each other, okay? The mom and the dad, and then the grandma can come in afterward, okay? After. She didn't even let them like look at this, we're trying to get a video, we did like this cute little gender reveal. Like, people are doing these things because they want videos, right? They want a video or photos of the moment. Of course they want a photo with grandma too, but like, let's have some variety here. I just know she's gonna demand to be at the birth, and it's gonna be to
Support my son.
Yeah, the mother's just an incubator at this point. Start setting boundaries now. Good luck. Oh dear. So this is a universal experience, eh? Mom of 2 boys here, and I would never do this to my son's wife/girlfriend. Literally wait and let them have their moment. Honestly, just like wait a second and then come in and say hi and give hugs and congratulations. Have some decorum. I always love it when, I don't know, people almost need TikTok to tell, like, you need the whole world to tell you that this is a red flag. I'm sure the Nana was excited. I'm sure she was, but we're learning these things as a society, okay? We're learning how to behave in certain situations. We don't know what's wrong until we see it. So someone has to up for all of us to understand the decorum. Making my ex-sister-in-law's eyebrows uneven because I secretly hate her. I would riot. You're done. You're done. That is about the most evil thing that you can do to someone. Because nobody, if a with shitty eyebrows comes to me and starts yapping at me and starts getting in my face, I can't take her seriously, man. I can't. I'm looking at her eyebrows. I'm like, coming from a who used to have eyebrows, okay? Have we seen videos of me from 3 years ago? I can't even look at myself. Like, I'm like, who would listen to me? I feel like people just clicked on the video to look at my eyebrows. Horrific. And that is on the internet forever. I'm never living that down. No, evil, evil. Those were some entitled in-laws becoming estranged in 10 seconds or less. Subscribe!